It's Audio Synchronicity, live. With your hosts, Andres Perez.
Hello, people of the internet. This is Nagoraiar here.
And Brayton Connor.
He was playing peekaboo with me with like a waffle or something. It was really weird.
And now, Kaiju Noir presents Audio Synchronicity, live.
Hello, people of the internet. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Audio Synchronicity Live. I'm your host, Andres Perez, aka Kaiju Noir, and here with me, it is the one and only co-host I can possibly have for this show, Mr. Brayton Connor.
Hello, good Saturday evening, boys and girls. It's wonderful to be back. We took a week hiatus, but we're here now to answer all of your questions we asked you to leave in the comments of the previous show, and we got a lot. My God,
absolutely. And yeah, it was actually a very good idea to have like a preset amount of questions, because that it gave like a motivation for viewers to go back and watch the last episode and like leave comments and participate and all that stuff. So yeah, I think it was like, more important. It seems like this idea of like restructuring the Audio Synchronicity series into a much more like it allowed it to improve for the better in terms of like audience participation.
Yeah, and I feel like this way we get to devote a little more time to the individual questions, because, when they're coming at you at rapid fire speed, you lose your place, you have to kind of get through some things quickly.
Right. And with this way, we're able to keep up with the chat right here, which, we'll still react to the chat. Not specifically answering new questions, but any sort of questions that relate to our discussions that we currently have. And, of course, if there's anyone who does, who is gracious enough to leave a super chat, then, of course, that takes priority as well.
Of course, give money, give us money. We're poor little orphans living on the street, with the tin can. Andres and I are street performers for you, the masses, and we need the change.
Only our performance revolves around our wit and our charm. That's all the audience are going to get.
Yeah, you can call it that, yeah.
And I guess, it wouldn't be an Audio Synchronicity without a little help from good old Crooked Lore Productions. Last time, Brayton summoned the colossal Bigfoot Denny Roth. When all hope seems lost, Andres activated the ultimate weapon. Scientifically inaccurate dinosaurs. Will our heroes win? Find out on the next episode of Audio Synchronicity Live.
I wish our live streams could live up to these descriptions. Like, none of this, it's not going to be this exciting.
No, it's not at all.
No.
Oh, there goes the sound alarm. Do you know what that means?
What does that mean?
It means probably either another kaiju or another typhoon is about to hit Japan.
Oh, God. Andres Perez live from the impact zone here.
Like, you ever saw that video of the guy who's, pretending that he's being hit by, a strong wind, and then behind him, the newscaster, there's, two guys who's, comfortably walking behind him?
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be me right now. It's like, we're currently suffering a kaiju attack. I'm getting some, paper. I'm crumpling it up. Yeah, as you could see, there's a lot of destruction here.
I'm underwater currently. Blah, 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 blah.
Glub, 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 blah, blah, blah. You can hear the large sounds of the footsteps as the monster is getting closer and closer.
Totally. This is good. You know what? People are going to take this the same way they took Orson Welles' War of the Worlds, Andres. People are going to believe. They'll believe.
Always. That is the sign of a true entertainer. To blend the worlds of reality and fiction, yes. Always.
But will everything be okay there, Andres, or is this going to be the first episode of Audio Synchronicity to end on a cliffhanger on whether or not one of the hosts died? Is everything all right?
Who killed Andres Perez?
Oh, find out next week.
Was it Brayton Connor, Raph and Shoma, Denny Roth, or someone else.
Oh my god.
Let's see. We've got a lot of people here in the chat. We have let's see, definitely some familiar faces, some newer faces, I believe. Let's see. Everyone saying hello. Primal Graphenosaurus Rex. Yes, this is indeed Halloween, the Halloween season, and. For those who don't know, every year I have a giant live stream. This was before audio synchronicity became a thing, where I relegated my live stream solely to once a year, similar to how Bill Worcester did it, aka Zazabar. And eventually Braden and I started audio synchronicity. So there's definitely going to be a challenge in terms of making the Halloween live stream different or make it feel special. And I think the only way to do that is trying to do the old school method of doing live questions and just going on for hours on end, as opposed to limiting ourselves to 1 or 2 hours for this show.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll be enough.
That's going to be a marathon.
Yeah. And we're going to
it could be like a live telethon, Andres.
Pretty
you can
much.
have variety performers come on. You can,
hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Yeah, and Shoma can come on and do a puppet show to entertain all the sick kids out there.
Hey kids, this is Dirty McCruption here. You know what I love more than helping the children? Money.
Now you want to see my puppet? It's just him, but in puppet form. Give us money.
So we'll try our best. We'll see who we can get on the show to make our Halloween special. Was it 4th or 5th annual Halloween episode now?
Yeah, how long have you been doing that? Way before since I knew you, I think, even.
Right. I want to say I've been doing it for 4 years, for 4 Halloween straight now, and then afterwards we will do this will be the 5th this will be the 5th Halloween live stream that we'll do, and I think that will be great. And let's see, Crooked Lore says, if only you knew a guy whose character fit the Halloween theme, am I right?
Yeah, I can't place the name. I can't. Right?
Think. Yeah, I certainly can't think of anyone who's created a character with a pumpkin themed aesthetic over them.
No.
And Shoma says, Dirty McCruption pulls out a gun on the poor kids.
Give me your lunch money, guys.
I think that will be the last Halloween live telethon then, in that case, if that were to happen. So maybe we should scrap that idea.
Right. Let's see. Martin Caspary Smith says, speaking of Bill, whatever happened to him? Bill just kind of took a break from YouTube. It's just a lot of personal things going on in his life that's, requires his attention more so than YouTube.
Yeah, he went to find the first Jedi temple and is on an island somewhere.
Right.
Waiting for us to fly and find him.
Having a grouchy old man, train him in the ways of the Force.
Yeah.
And for anybody who has questions, unfortunately, we're not going to answer those specific questions. We're just gonna wait until we'll answer questions related. Like I said before, we'll answer questions based on that are a part of our conversation. But we're mostly gonna focus on questions that were left in the comment section of the last episode. If you have any questions, you can actually ask them live for the end of the month when I do a Halloween live stream, instead of doing the now traditional audio synchronicity live. So consider this like the episode for both October and September.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, I'll answer this one question. Seneros says, what do I think of anime Ghidorah's design? It's alright. Kind of lazy, but it's okay, I guess.
Hashtag Golden Danger Noodle, I believe.
Glowing Danger Noodle.
That's right.
Thanks to our comrade Win the Rogue there.
Yes.
Yes. Whose performance you can check out in the upcoming Waffle Man.
Yes. Oh, yes. A note about Waffle Man too.
Yeah.
A note about the Waffle Man radio play. Yeah, it was. And Shoma has all of the artwork done. It's now all up to me to edit it. I need to edit the last segment of and then it will go up. It was going to go up last weekend, but as Andres knows, some really personal family stuff went on, which kind of prevented me from doing anything productive. So,
right.
But that will be coming. Hopefully, I hope it'll come out tomorrow. Maybe if we're lucky.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
tomorrow. Look for it. It'll be amazing. It's succeeded all of my expectations. It's gonna be great. Believe me. China, except
it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge, huge for waffles everywhere. If you're a waffle fan, listen to Waffle Man. It's the best.
Well, Waffle Man for waffle fans.
That's right.
All right, and let's see. Like I mentioned, I sent you a link to the Google Doc that has all the questions. So let's get to it then. Let's see. First, let me just have the chat right here available to me so I can keep track of that. Oh yeah, one person also asked, where did the whole Meg joke came from? Okay, we'll explain that right now before we go into it.
Sure.
Can you? Oh yeah, and Shoma asks, is Miss Blue in it? Oh shit.
No.
Right now, there was just an earthquake that happened right now, and one of my figures fell off its shelf.
Oh my god! Is this gonna go horribly wrong?
I certainly hope not. Okay, because I will admit that's an earthquake just occurred. It's like, wait a minute, why is my ass wiggling?
I heard a little bump there. Yeah.
It's like, why is my seat wiggling? It's like, oh no. Oh, no.
I thought you were just really excited, Andres, but no, there's an earthquake.
I want to live, Clarence. I want to live.
Oh God! Jordan Fazende says, okay, Andres Brayton, what did I miss?" Well, you just missed Andres almost dying in an earthquake.
Is the figure okay? It's an old Ultraman figure. It's endured a lot over the years.
Yeah.
Baragon attacks Andres. Are you sure it wasn't Bell who knocked over your figure? Says Crooked. Damn it, Bell. Let's see. So to answer that past question about the Meg, there was this individual who kept spamming the same question over and over again on all my videos saying, have you seen the Meg? And apparently he's been doing that with a lot of other Godzilla YouTubers like the OmniViewer. And so I was thinking, I think I mentioned to him before, it's like, if you have a question, you can save it for audio synchronicity. But no, he just keeps, asking about the
responding. Want to know about the Meg? What do you think of the Meg trailer? What do you think of the Millennium Bug?
He keeps asking if I'm going to review Inhumanoids, and I kept telling him no.
I will. You review it.
So we just do that. It's a running joke just to mock that individual. Let's see.
Because we're good people.
Right. The best of people.
Mock individuals.
We're horrible people.
Are the best people. That's true.
Okay, so now on to the question. So we have Primal Graphenosaurus Rex leaving a lot of questions in the last episode. So let's get right down to answering his first question. Question, when you say that Toho is not a movie studio anymore, do you mean like they're more like Disney nowadays, since Disney used other studios to make movies for them, or is this something else? I'd say it's like a little bit like Disney, because I still feel like there are people within Disney who are making the movies themselves. Any Disney animated movies that aren't Pixar, that's still Disney. Any sort of live action movie like that recent Christopher Robin movie, that's technically still Disney. So I would say it's different from what Disney does. Sure, Disney sometimes makes other studios like, Touchstone Pictures. But for Toho, imagine if Toho, all they did was Touchstone Pictures and no Disney movies. Yeah, so Toho is like Disney if it only relied on Touchstone Pictures and the like.
Yeah.
Let's see, next question. Thoughts on the Shoji Tabuchi show? Now,
it sucks.
For those who don't know, this is a reference to Red Letter Media, where they have a series called Wheel of the Worst, where they take a look at some random VHS promo videos that are not really movies, but rather just like instructional videos or videos advertising some weird thing. And one of those videos was the Shoji Tabuchi show, which was a Japanese guy, immigrant who plays the violin and sings and performs country music. And it's apparently pretty popular over in the Midwest, I think.
Yeah, well, I live in the Midwest, and I've never heard of this man in my life, and I'm afraid that I'm scared for my well-being knowing that a man like that exists out there. But you know what? He seems to be having a really fun time
Yeah.
performing
You
from
know,
what that clip that I saw.
he's living the American dream. Finding
Yeah, yeah.
success.
Entertaining middle-aged women in the audience. Yeah,
With a
he
show
he
that
looks
goes
like
on
he's
for way
fun.
too long.
Yeah, yeah. Wheel of the Worst, I think, is their best show, by the way, too.
Oh,
It's the one that I find most entertaining.
me too, yeah. I do like their more serious, like down to earth show, colon view.
Oh, review. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty fun. Yeah.
yeah. I love their recent episode on the Psycho series.
Ah, I haven't seen that. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. Next question. We're skimming over Jordan Fazende, and we'll get back to him because I want to do all the Primal Graphenosaurus Rex stuff. Let's see. Renchoma says, entertaining middle-aged women. I can relate to that. They have the most money. Let's see. So the next one is thoughts on Fantastic Planet. I'm not familiar with that, although does it have any relationship to Fantastic Voyage? Because I can get into that.
Yeah, I've never heard of Fantastic Planet.
Yeah.
Why is it so fantastic?
I don't know. What makes it fantastic, Primal Graphenosaurus Rex?
Yeah, what makes it anything but mediocre? Because
Right.
that's the planet
Who
we're
gives
living
it the
on, is
right to
mediocre
make it
planet.
fantastic?
Yeah, made that call.
Let's see. Let's see. Graphenosaurus Rex says, "Yeah, sorry about though question." I don't understand that. Sorry. But yeah, we're completely unfamiliar with Fantastic Planet. I'm assuming this is some dinosaur monster related TV show or something like that.
Yeah.
Primal Griffin. Next question. He says thoughts on Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the latest televised animated incarnation of the Ninja Turtles. I have not seen any of it, although some of my let's see, some of my friends are not really fans of it, and I don't watch American television, so I can't really keep it up with it. And I'm not a fan of its like weird choppy animation style.
Okay. See, I didn't know. It's called Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Then that's what it's called, or
Exactly, yeah. And
okay.
apparently,
See, I thought,
uh-huh.
yeah.
Like the whole...
I thought he was asking. I thought he was asking like thoughts on the phenomena that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I think it stinks. No.
Yeah. No. Well, I think it's just. I think it gives me a little hope that we live in a world where something called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles can be as great as it is.
Absolutely. It's if you really think about it, Ninja Turtles is actually pretty inspirational given the humble origins of the franchise. We're just a couple dudes in a two-man comics self-publishing company just, saying, hey, let's just make this stupid comic about Ninja Turtles, and hey, let's try to see if we can make a buck off of it. If we can make a buck off of it,
that pretty much sounds like us, Andres, with this podcast.
Yeah.
Just
absolutely.
a couple of two dudes in our home saying, "Hey, let's make a show and let's see if we can make a buck off of it." But I think Ninja Turtles may be a little more successful than us. Andres.
A little bit, yeah. It's definitely no Waffle Man or Draco Azul.
No, that's not in that league. Yeah.
Okay, here's an actually interesting. Isaac Hoffart says, wasn't TMNT originally a parody of Daredevil? Yes!
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely. And looks like Raph is going to inform us on Fantastic Planet. It is a French animated film from the 70s about future humans living as pets on an alien world of blue giants and the eventual rebellion and evolution that mankind must commit against their overlords. Pretty trippy and filled with giant creatures.
Hey, there we go. That sounds fun.
Yeah. And actually, I feel like I've seen this being parodied on like Rick and Morty and some other sci-fi movies. So about like, big giant aliens like capturing humans and treating them like pets or slaves.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next is a very interesting question from Primal. When does a movie become manipulative? I like to think that, every movie has, or most movies have a sort of message that they wish to convey to the audience. And, the movie does its best to use its story to convey said message. When I feel like it becomes... So in a way, all movies are manipulative to some degree. However, I feel like you start to notice the puppeteer that is the filmmakers, the storytellers. You can feel them trying to manipulate. You can feel the manipulation. I feel like when the story suffers and you begin to tell that, rather than naturally feeling whatever the movie wants you to feel,
it becomes obtrusive and kind of
and you
getting in the way of the story.
Right, and you can feel it's like, okay, the movie, you're saying to yourself, oh, the movie is trying to make me feel this way. You're like, you're not feeling that way naturally. You're saying, oh, I get what the movie's trying to make me do.
Yeah, and it's even worse when you get it and then they keep trying. It just becomes even more obvious, and they just keep hammering it over and over and over again. It can easily ruin a movie if you're... I don't want to use agenda, but if your message or moral that you're trying to put across, if that's your story, it can really pull somebody out of a film if you don't handle the delivering of that message well.
Yeah, that's a big thing there. It's like, sure, if you have a message that you want to say or any sort of agenda, that's perfectly fine. Every movie, every story has them. But it's like, once that sort of message or whatever it is starts to take priority over the story, then it becomes a huge insult to the audience. Whether or not it's a good or bad message, I feel like that doesn't matter if we're just talking about like basic storytelling here, because
your story should take your story is the number one thing, and whatever message you want to get across should organically come from the story that you're telling. It should be a natural thing.
Right. Subtlety goes a long way.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next question. Why do you think that Devilman has the sadder ending than End of Evangelion? That goes into huge spoiler territories, but I feel like when it comes to Devilman, there is no redemption for humanity, whereas End of Evangelion, there's a glimmer of hope for humanity. And I won't get into it any further than that.
Very cryptic, Andres. I like it.
Let's see. Another next question. Thoughts on Getter Robo Armageddon? Well, good sir, you will be knowing my thoughts on Getter Robo Armageddon hopefully next year, I want to say. Because after the Godzilla 98 review, which is completed, just waiting on a few more preparations, once that's completed, then I will do one more Godzilla review, and then after Godzilla, I will be talking about Getter Robo. And I've talked about this. I've responded to several comments over the last 2 years saying that I will get to Getter Robo eventually. But I guess to slightly give a little spoiler on my thoughts on Getter Robo Armageddon, it's fantastic. It's a bloody fantastic tribute to all that is Getter Robo. I just wish that there wasn't so much of a disconnect between the first 3 episodes and the rest of the series, because what happened was there was like this there's a fantastic anime director, same guy behind like G Gundam, Giant Robo the animation, Mazinger Z the Impact, the 2004 remake of Tetsujin 28. He was the director for the first 3 episodes, and then he left for some mysterious reason. And so then everything after, there's like a huge time skip after episode 3. So it's like, it feels like there's a whole new status quo they need to establish for the rest of the series before you can even get used to the status quo of these 3 episodes. So it's a little jarring at the beginning of Getter Robo Armageddon, but other than that, the rest of the series is fantastic. I'm not sure if it's a good jumping on point for Getter Robo fans, but it's definitely a love letter for those who are already fans of the franchise. Let's see. Next primal question. Favorite Gundam villain? Ooh. It would be kind of boring if I went with Char because he's the most popular Gundam villain, but I'm gonna have to go with Char. He's charismatic, he's manipulative, he's got a fantastic motivation that drives his actions. You know, he's working with the bad guys, but he's secretly planning on taking them out because they killed his family. And then once that's not enough, he's like, you know what? Everybody sucks. I'm gonna try to, bring peace through force. So yeah, I do love the progression of Char Aznable, and I'm really glad that the last the Gundam The Origin theatrical anime series has shed light on his entire backstory. Let's see next. Hey Andres, I think Braden's idea for the Q&A is better, to do questions rather than me rushing myself to put one in. Plus, it's less misspelling, so thanks, man. And yeah, I guess that's a big thanks to Braden as well for doing.
You're welcome. I'm full of great ideas.
Let's see. Raph is coming back with is back again with the trivia info. Getter Armageddon's original director was Yasuhiro Imagawa. Yep, that's the director's name. A wonderful madman and anime director who has cited Rocky Horror Picture Show as his favorite film, which says a lot about him and his mecha works.
There you
go. Let's see. We had Crooked, who says, "You're such a follower of trends, Andres. You should be more of a rebel like me, Crooked." And let's see. He said he also helped on.
I think he's trying to say you should take away poor, defenseless robots' animation and motion, and you should shove sad Canadians into closets. I think that's what he's trying to get you to do, Andres. I refuse to even make note of the Crooked Man and his evil little hench sidekick, the cat one. Yeah, they're evil.
Yeah, evil.
Evil, I say, yes. They should be punished for their crimes against us. And to know what I'm talking about, you'll have to stay tuned for the 98 review. It's coming, and it will be glorious.
Yeah. Jordan says, I love the OG Getter Robo in Armageddon because of how simple and chubby he is, but I love Shin Getter for how metal he looks. Seriously, bat wings and a scythe. Let's see.
I love the word metal. I just love that to be as a word to describe cool things.
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's see here. Next, let's see. Did he leave any other questions? Oh yes. Thoughts on SOS, aka the creepy music video from Red Letter Media.
SOS. I think if the Sons of Sarazawa ever had an anime, that should be the theme song.
Oh,
yeah, that was creepy though. That was some creepy shit.
It was indeed, definitely, especially the when you get I love how the genuine reaction the Red Letter Media crew got when they slowly uncovered wait a minute, this is Christian propaganda. Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
What was the thing? Was it Jesus floating on a cross and looking into the camera and shrugging or something?
He's smiling.
Smiling.
He's like, yeah. Christ. He's all he needs is just the finger pointing. It's like, hey guys, I'm Jesus. Remember, I died for your sins.
Not trying to make you feel bad or anything. Just remember that.
just pay attention to the suffering, the look of suffering on my face as I smile at you.
Yeah, that what has he got to be so upset about? He's always so dour and gloomy in every painting you see.
Remember, Brain, it's the barcodes. Barcodes are the threat to mankind's existence.
That's right. They're evil, and just like the Crooked Man, evil! Just like they should be exterminated. They're evil.
Again, if I had a soundboard, I would be playing the Mermaid Man evil rant.
Yes, evil. Yeah, we need one of those sort of radio show soundboard things.
Yeah. Let's see. Next, next Graphenixsaurus. Question: do you think a remake of Evangelion, but in the style and tone of Devilman Crybaby, would be fun? Kind of in that fucked up sense. It's depends on your definition of fun.
A fucked up kind of fun.
A psychosexual kind of fun.
Oh my god.
That's well. It was
What are
like
you what are you people watching?
there's this like a YouTuber. I think his name was Mother's Basement, and he described Devilman Crybaby as psychosexual in terms of its vibe and look and overall tone. And I think that's like the perfect word to describe that style. It's like you're like in an acid trip fueled orgy of blood
Oh
and
my
sex.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Let's do that.
So doing that with Evangelion, I'm not really sure, considering how most of the cast is underage. It's like, you know what? Evangelion is already fucked up in so many ways, especially end of Evangelion, so go ahead, do it. It's gonna piss off the Eva fans,
Go
but
for
I
it.
don't care. Great! Go for it!
Go for it.
Next question. Favorite female Gundam character? Ooh, that's a good one. I would say Sayla from the original series is great. Really, the Peace Scrap? No. That's a joke for Gundam fans. Everyone hates her. Let's see. But yeah, Sayla, that's the first one that comes to mind. I remember a lot of the female cast from Gundam Zeta Gundam was great. Let's see. Rain from G Gundam, she was great as well. Let's see. Anyone else? I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. But those are the ones that immediately come to mind. I'm sure there's someone from like the recent shows that I'm forgetting. Another one from Primal. I recently got Super Robot Wars V and X, and I really love them, but which is the better game, V or X in your opinion? I own the PlayStation Vita version of V, but I have yet to play it, and I am not going to buy X simply because I'm not so big on the animes that they got for that game. For those who don't know, Super Robot Wars is an ongoing giant robot crossover series where it's just a bunch of anime licensed robots all smashed together in one big fanficky crossover. So I don't know which one is good, which one's better, because I'm not going to play both of them. So you're best off asking someone like I forgot his YouTube name. I wish I knew it, but I know there are people out there who are much better, much more well versed in Super Robot Wars than I am. I'm merely a casual fan who gets like one game per console generation, essentially. And even then, I don't play through all of the whole game, simply because I don't have enough time, and most of these games are in Japanese.
Yeah.
And when it's an RPG that involves strategizing and knowing what the technical stuff of each robot, that makes things difficult. Crooked in the chat says, I do have one question. Is it wrong that I want Marvel movies to end at Infinity Wars just to give the comic fans their own end of Evangelion? No, I think Infinity War would be a good place to end the MCU, because I feel like there's really nowhere you can go.
Yeah.
After your turn, after after Thanos turns everyone into orange juice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Joe says, can you explain your thoughts in full detail on Kamen Rider Amazons here, Brayton?
I still don't get it, Joe. I'm sorry. I acknowledge people love that stuff, but you saw my reaction video, my first reaction video to that, Joseph, and I don't know. I'm just not in, and it's not that I dislike it. I'm just not into it. Like, to me, Super Sentai stuff is kind of like to what somebody football would be or something. Like, I acknowledge, I'm not going to down talk it or anything, but it's just not where my interest is. I don't know. I can't get into that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Power Ranger movies, or the Power Ranger movie, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, as a fun bad kind of movie, but I don't know. I don't dislike it. It's just, it's not for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe. I know you like it, and I hope you continue to like it. Only I hope you don't like it too much that you then want to become a common writer.
Let's see. Question. What's this? No, that's Jordan. Gonna see if there's any more Primal questions. Let's see. I think that. Oh, wait. No, that's a response. Let's see. I think that is it for Primal Graphenosaurus Rex. So thank you very much, dude, for leaving all your questions there. Next, let's go to Jordan, who has left quite a few questions, though not as many. Let's go all the way back down here. So his first question was, have you seen Kikaider the animation? If so, what did you think of it? I have seen Kikaider the animation, and I thought it was brilliant. Any anime series or any series in general that makes you want to say one more episode, and then you end up seeing like 5 that night.
Yeah.
I think that's a sign that like it really sucks you in, and I really enjoyed it. Let's see. Oh, I did skip over.
It's kind of like drugs, isn't it, Andres? Where I'm
Kinda,
only going to
yeah.
do it one more time, and then no, I
one
need my
more.
fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyone who is interested in like tokusatsu characters and want to see them properly translated to animation, unlike Godzilla, watch Kikaider the animation.
Godzilla has been properly translated. Andres, you watched Godzilla Land, didn't you?
How silly of me! Yes, of
Right.
course, yeah. Godzilla Land, number 1 Godzilla, and next Kikaider the animation.
Entertaining and educational. That one.
Yes. Let's see. I didn't know how to count my 1, 2, 3s before then.
Right. So you should take back your statement and surrender all of your love to Godzilla Land. That needs to be put on Netflix. I'd watch that.
Of course. Let's see. So I accidentally skipped over one Graphenosaurus Rex that question because I thought that was Jordan's. Thoughts on Dan Cougar? So this isn't about a cougar named Dan. This is an 80s, I think, 80s giant robot anime. So imagine this, Brayden. Okay? Are you listening? Okay. So
I'm listening.
So you got 3 tanks and a jet.
Oh, this is math now, Andres. I'm in trouble. Help me.
It's okay.
Okay, I got you. I'm with you so far.
So you got 3 tanks and a jet.
Right. They walk into a bar.
No, they transform. They turn into animals.
Right.
So you got like the jet can turn into an eagle. 2 of the small tanks turn into like wildcats, and the big tank turns into an elephant.
Oh my god.
And now these animal tanks, they can transform into humanoid robots like Transformers.
Oh my god.
So
well, why not? Why would you transform into a humanoid robot if you can transform into an elephant robot? I'd rather be an elephant.
I don't know, Brayden. But here's the thing. Now all these tank humanoid animal mechs, they can combine halfway into the series. Let's see, are you there?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Did you catch me talking about how cool elephants were? Or
I did hear
cut
that.
out there?
I think you cut out a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
And Shoma's saying, "Are we talking about Black Cougar, the world's first superhero for kids?" I wish, Nshoma. I wish we should have Black Cougar the animation.
Oh my god, yes.
You know, he'll have
the kids would love it.
He'll have his army of little toy Black Cougar soldiers.
Yes.
So that's the basic conceit for Dan Cougar the mech. The story, I have no idea what it is, but I've seen Dan Cougar multiple times in the Super Robot Wars crossover series, and I'm actually very interested in getting into the anime itself, just because I like the idea of 4 triple changing robots that combine to form a bigger robot. Let's see. You still there? I heard some weird noises going on.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I've been having a little trouble with my internet again.
Okay. Let's see. So now the next question from Jordan. I should also warn about something from Kamen Rider Ryuki. It has a lot of filler, and I mean a lot of filler. Okay, didn't know we were talking about Kamen Rider Ryuki in the comment section, but okay. Let's see.
And not the good kind of film.
Moving ahead. Okay, question. Have you seen the tokusatsu series Garo and its many anime incarnations? If so, what are your thoughts? I've had Garo recommended to me multiple times by certain friends, but I have not seen Garo. Although the idea of a mature, adult-oriented Tokusatsu series does strike my fancy. Are you familiar with Garo, Brayton?
I am not, but someone here, Jordan says that Black Cougar is just a ripoff of Black Panther, and I would like to combat that by saying Black Panther is just a ripoff of Black Cougar. So there.
Let's see. Next, are you familiar with Gatchaman and its recent reimagining, Gatchaman Crowds? I am definitely familiar with Gatchaman. I did not grow up with it like many Americans who grew up with it in the form of Battle of the Planets. I was first introduced to it through the Capcom crossover fighting game Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, where they had several of the characters from Gatchaman in there as playable fighters. However, maybe I've seen a couple episodes on YouTube under like the English dub, but I've never fully watched Gatchaman in any of its incarnations. And I've seen a little bit of not a little bit, I've seen like promos of Gatchaman Crowds, and I was really disappointed that they turned this badass old school 70s superhero team into like cutesy anime girls. It's like, oh, why'd you do that? But it's like, of course, because that's the popular thing to do nowadays in the anime industry. So it's like, definitely not my thing from the looks of it, but go ahead. If that's your thing, more power to you. Are you familiar?
We won't judge.
Much. Are you familiar with Gatchaman, Brayton?
I've heard. I don't know anything about it. Just
you're breaking
understand
up.
Something that they say is Gatchaman.
Can you repeat that? You were breaking up there.
No, I was just saying that I have not seen it, but I've heard the name. What's the premise of Gatchaman?
Okay, so so follow me on this. They're scientists,
right?
And they're ninjas.
I'm with you so far.
And they're ninjas.
Okay. Now we're stretching credibility a bit, but okay.
And they fight crime dressed as birds.
Oh my god! Why haven't I seen this? I need to see this, Andres.
Yeah.
Show this to me. Show me.
I will. Here's the perfect picture. Here's the old school original Gatchaman. Let's see. I'm copying the link. For some reason, I closed my Skype app, but I'm opening it back up so I can share with you again. Okay. I am pasting the link, giving the audience a play-by-play of what's going on behind the scenes, and now there you go.
Oh, nice. Yes, this is fabulous.
It's about
I would wear all of these. I would wear all of these outfits like every day of the week. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's about as 70s as you can get.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, yes. After the show, I need to see this, Andres. You need to share a video.
Sweet. Let's see. Jordan's like, oh, come on, Andres. Crowds was awesome. Season 1 was at least. Season 2 wasn't all that good. Come on. I'm not making fun of you, Jordan. I'm just doing a voice from what's his name? Brock's dub.
Oh, yeah.
That was his voice for Michael Myers. Come on, Lori. Why don't you get over here? I baked you some cookies. I just want
Wouldn't that be an amazing? That'd be an amazing.
I just want to show you this.
That'd be an
this
amazing
knife.
addition.
Yeah.
That'd be a Halloween movie. If Michael Myers spoke and he spoke like that, that'd be great.
Let's see. Kevin Dwyan says Gatchaman is one of the inspirations for Sentai Jetman. If I'm not mistaken, Kaiju Noir. That's what I heard. Sean Berry says, all I know about Gatchaman is that there's a giant lava Jesus. Oh my god.
Oh, well, okay.
Makes sense.
Is it related to SOS then? Is it related to that?
Does he smile to the audience?
Does he smile at the camera?
Let's see. And Shoma describes Gatchaman as Batman by the way of Super Sentai and the US series Fringe with alien terrorists and giant monsters who are scientifically plausible.
Oh my god. Well, I think Neil deGrasse Tyson might disagree because he likes to ruin everyone's fun. Yeah, that's the question. Didn't Shoma write this?
Let's see. Question from Spooky Bones. What are you going to be for Halloween? I'm going to be Miles Morales from Into the Spider-Verse. I'm not sure yet, Spooky Bones.
Hey, Andres, we should be each other for Halloween.
Oh my
That would really
god.
cement our friendship.
You can already do my voice pretty well.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
just need like a really blonde wig and like I don't know,
Get easily
girly
flustered. Get
clothes.
really flustered about
Yeah,
everything.
that's right. That's right. Drink a lot of coffee, so like you talk like at a really fast paced rate,
I
and
hate
then I'll.
everything that's Japanese and isn't Godzilla.
That's right. Yep.
And Shoma says, "I wish I wrote it." And yeah, I'm probably never gonna watch Crowds either way, Jordan, just because I just don't have the time. And I'm yes, I am being very shallow by basing it off of its looks. It's like if they're not superhero spandex wearing ninja scientists, then you can count me the fuck out. If I'm going into Gotcha Man, I'm going in for the flashy 70s-ness, not whatever
Yeah.
Crowds is. More like Gotcha Man Crowds, more like Gotcha Man bullshit. Nah, I'm just being
Good
stupid.
one. There you go. What a burn.
Like, I'm just being stupid. Next question, Jordan says, is did you predict that Yuko was going to have a romantic relationship with Haruo in City on the Edge of Battle that didn't go anywhere, resulting in the character dying? Because I sure did.
Oh god.
Given that they are like the main male and female protagonist, I was assuming that they were going to have a romantic relationship. And yeah, the fact that they got together so right before the third act made me think, okay, knowing modern storytelling, they can't seem to write a good relationship. They're probably going to do something to separate the two of them by the end of the movie. And they did. Yeah, that's the thing. You've seen like a relationship start to blossom between characters in fiction, but you never see like the relationship progress. Like outside of like maybe Mary Jane, Peter Parker, and Lois Lane and Superman, very rarely do you see like characters like get into a relationship and then maintain that relationship for the rest of the plot. Usually they get together at the very end, or they separate at some point at the beginning or during the story.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next. Okay, we got like cavalcade of questions from Kevin.
I feel like that. Like that might be that might describe my relationship with the anime trilogy. I separated from it at the beginning of the trilogy. I still have not seen City on the Edge of. God, not City on the Edge of Forever.
City on the Edge of 17.
That's it. Yes.
Just like the wide-winged dove, sing the song tunes I've been singing. Ooh,
no.
I think that would make the whole movie much better if you had that into the soundtrack.
You know what? It might. Yeah, it might elevate it a bit.
I'm on the edge of 17. Let's see. Kevin Dwyer says, first, happy 1-year anniversary to Audio Synchronicity. Thank you very much.
Yay!
Kevin.
Thank you.
Oh, and a separate podcast for questions. That's awesome. So for my questions, here are some. Who is the better Universal Century OVA protagonist? Ooh, Shiro from 8th MS Team or Cole from Stardust Memory? They're both very good characters, but I'm going to have to go with Shiro from 8th MS Team just because I like the idea of like a Romeo and Juliet type of story in the middle of a giant space war. Next, are you going to do a first impressions for Kamen Rider Zio? Or no. Let's see, just because I don't have the time for any of that nowadays, because I want to focus on like the much bigger projects, both YouTube and not YouTube related. Favorite Super Robot Real Robot theme song? I really love Anime Janai from Gundam Double Zeta. Let's see. I love the theme song for the 80s remake of Tetsujin 28. God Mars is really good. Let's see. There's probably a few more I'm forgetting, but let's see. I love the theme songs they have for all the Getter Robo stuff and Shin Mazinger Z Impact. Let's see. Those are the ones off the top of my head for now. I'm probably going to forget some, and I'm going to be like hating myself afterwards for not bringing them up. But those are the ones that come to mind. Let's see. In your opinion, what is the best shonen manga? Again, it would be boring to say Dragon Ball Z. Oh, you know what? No, not Dragon Ball Z. I'm not sure either. I'm really struggling between Dragon Ball Z or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because JoJo's got a lot of variety, and the writer definitely knows how to change things up and like, make everything feel new again. Whereas eventually things start to get repetitive with Dragon Ball Z, where it's like I have to reach a new form of Super Saiyan to defeat the bad guy. We'll go a level beyond Super Saiyan. Let's see. If given a chance to play out the Gundam movieverse, how will you do it? Are you going to adapt a specific timeline or story? Yeah, I'd probably stick to Universal Century overall. In fact, maybe I would just focus solely on just Amuro Ray, and tell his story specifically from original Gundam to the Char's Counterattack movie, and that would be it. Let's see. Graphenixsaurus Rex left a big comment. He said, "I got an unpopular opinion. I think City on the Edge of Battle is better than Jurassic Park 5 because it's more like a movie than Jurassic Park 5." And then Isaac says, "Anything can be better than Jurassic Park 5. That movie was so bad I lost brain cells from the stupidness."
There you go.
Kevin says, "So a top 15 robot theme songs coming up, Kaiju Noir?" I'd wish, but I'd probably get copyright stricken the moment I upload that.
Well, maybe you can sing all the theme songs in the video.
I'll try my best, but it's gonna sound horrible. Let's see. Crooked says, "Finally got started on Diamond is Unbreakable, by the way." Awesome, Crooked. For those who don't know, Diamond is Unbreakable is the 4th story arc in the JoJo story series. Let's see. Well, that's it for me. Hope these will be answered in the future. Yep, so thank you for your questions, Kevin. So moving on ahead.
Yes.
Another Jordan question. Everyone's reaction to... Oh, it's not more of just a comment. Everyone's reaction to Yuko dying. "Oh my god, I can't believe they killed her off!" My reaction. I never cared so little about anything in my life.
Savage.
Next, we're going to Sean Barry now with his questions. He says, "I'm digging the new format. Here are my questions for next time. Question: what do you like about living in Japan, Andres? It's very convenient."
All the Japanese babes, Andres, come flocking through.
That too.
All the sword fights and giant superpower battles you get into on a daily basis out in the street.
That's definitely a bonus.
Yeah, I'm guessing not the earthquakes though. Those kind of suck.
Nor the typhoons that we've been getting quite often now.
Yikes.
But no, the thing I love about Japan, it's convenience. Everything is much cheaper in Japan, and I feel like that's mostly because we have not we, but Japan has a government that kind of actually cares about the everyday man, as opposed to, I guess, American politics, where it's there to serve the rich people and leaving everyone else to suffer.
Right.
Where it's everything is cheaper here. Transportation is cheap, it's better, it's cleaner, it's convenient. Rent is cheap. Paying the bills is cheap. Tokyo probably has the most expensive apartments, and even then they're only $1,000 a month. And for $1,000 in America, that can get you basically a studio apartment.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's if the most expensive apartments in the most expensive city of your country is $1,000, then that means everything else is much slower than that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's much easier to live in, financially speaking. Question 2: any thoughts on Sergio Leone's final film, Once Upon a Time in America? I think you can answer this, Brayden.
I love it. Oh no, it sucks. Awful bad. No, I'm kidding. It's terrific. Not my favorite Once Upon a Time of the two of his, but I love it. It's great.
Let's see.
You should make a movie called Once Upon a Time in Japan, Andres. Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, there's a lot of murder and intrigue, an amazing Ennio Morricone soundtrack. Oh yeah,
You should come down here and we can film that.
I'll get right on that. Oh, I can't walk across the ocean. Sorry, man.
Go right into it, Brayton. Go right into that ocean. And start swimming.
I'll be there in about 3 years. Just wait for me.
Let's see, Jordan says, the only thing that isn't very good about Japan is all the drama that goes on at high schools. Yeah, I mean, have you seen those animes? You got so many... Not so many. You got pretty much the same 5 character archetypes that gets repeated, copy and pasted everywhere. So no matter where you go, you're always going to see like the shy girl, the rich asshole, the tsundere who's like constantly shifting emotions. You got the girl who likes you but is too shy to admit it. You got the the loudmouth, hot-blooded teenager with a lot of angst. Let's see. Sean Berry says, having just come back from my first Japan trip, I completely agree, Kaij Noir. Let's see. Spooky Bones has the question, but I'm gonna say save that question for the next live stream. Spooky Bones, we're actually focusing more on questions left from in the comment section of the previous episode.
Yeah, Spooky Bones. He should have a presence at our Halloween live stream. That's a pretty spooky name, Spooky Bones.
Yeah. I mean, I just a little spooked out just by looking at his name.
Yeah, pretty spooky.
Primal Graffitisaurus Rex says, Brayton, you gotta admit that the death in Infinity War was better than Jurassic Park 5 death scene. Yes. I just wish that I would really like Infinity War if I didn't know if that bit of cynicism didn't creep in of okay. This is Marvel. They can't actually kill these characters because they're far too profitable. These actors have like 15 movies still in their contract. If that wasn't a reality, I would love it because it dramatically, self-contained. The movie is great, but it's just having that, in the back of your mind that okay, here are the real life circumstances. I just don't love it as much. But yes, I mean anything is better than yeah, it was done well. I'll give Marvel that. The Infinity War was done well. We should have our own Infinity War with Inshoma. I think we've talked about that too. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Isaac Hoffart says, if you go to Japan and a weird-haired boy tells you to play a game with you, don't. It's time! It's like a guy with big spiky hair with like 3 different colors. It's time to duel! It's like, it's time for me to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I've got groceries to do, man. I can't exactly duel
Fight me! I challenge you!
Oh yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Then you sneak around the corner.
I left my deck at home. Give me a sec.
And then he just waits there all night. Just cut to the Futurama poor dog waiting on the side of the...
Don't you forget about me. Let's see. Isaac says, if you go to Japan... Oh no, I just read that. Someone says, which is better, Planet of the Monsters... Oh, no, Planet Eater or King of the Monsters? Well, Planet Eater hasn't come out yet, but from the looks of it, I'm going to say King of the Monsters. Let's see.
Yeah.
Andres, was the idea for Flesh Azul based on Berserk Ava Unit 01 in episode 19? No, that was based on an idea that Crooked had for like this weird nightmare-ish version, organic version of Draco Azul that I decided to incorporate somewhere in a potential storyline.
Crooked has a lot of nightmarish ideas, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Crooked says, am I the asshole of your group, Andres? I'm going to say you're the smart ass of the group, Crooked.
Right. We don't. I'd like to think we're all equally assholes. So there's not really one asshole of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a democratic assholery sort of group we have.
Let's see. Inshoma says Brayden transforms into a silver robot merman and swims to Japan like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker.
Oh my god. See, I'm picturing something more like the David Hasselhoff thing. but that works too.
That'd be amazing. Let's see. The next Sean Berry question is favorite samurai film. Ooh. I haven't seen enough to make a full choice, so I'll leave this to you.
Oh gosh. Again, as you were saying, it's the popular answer, but I'll probably go with Yojimbo.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say Yojimbo. That just because it's an easy answer and it's just so damn good. It's kind of hard not to say that. If I thought more about it, I could. If I thought more about it, I could probably say my definite favorite, but that's definitely up there. So right now, I'll say it. Yeah.
Let's see. Next is favorite Gundam series. Definitely G Gundam. Favorite Twilight Zone.
As I call it.
Gundam, yeah. Favorite Twilight Zone episode. Ooh.
Oh gosh.
I want to say, what's the name of the episode where the girl has like surgery on her face to make herself
Eye
look
of the
normal?
Beholder.
Oh yeah, Eye of the Beholder. Maybe that might be my favorite one.
Yeah.
Just because of that ending, man, it just makes you go, "Fuck."
Whoa. Yeah. Oh gosh, again, I have so many, but one that I really put at the top of my list, I believe the name is Walking Distance. It's about a guy who goes into his old neighborhood, his childhood neighborhood, and meets his
back
parents.
In time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a really sweet, great episode. I think the Twilight Zone. I think it deserves a little more credit, and people just when they think of the Twilight Zone, you think about how many times it's been parodied and creepy twist endings and that sort of thing. But it was they told powerful stories on that show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and also the Christmas episode too. Night of the Meek is amazing with Art Carney as Santa Claus. It's great.
Next one says, are you familiar with any of Satoshi Kon's animes? No, I have no idea who Satoshi Kon is. I'm looking him up right now. I'm sure Nshoma's already writing up a response right now. Let's see. Just checking out his Wikipedia. I'm checking out his filmography. Let's see. Oh, apparently he did the OVA for the original 1994 OVA for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He did Perfect Blue. That's a name I've heard before. Let's see. Tokyo Godfathers. Okay, I have seen Tokyo Godfathers. It's a really heartwarming Christmas movie. So it's about these three homeless people. You got an old drunken old dude, who's like a deadbeat father. You have like a transgender man dressed as a woman, and you have a runaway teenager, and all three of them kind of form this little family. They find an abandoned baby, and they go off looking for that person's for the baby's family. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. I highly recommend it, Brayton. Let's see. Oh, okay, I guess he also did Paprika. I've heard a lot about Paprika, especially for its visuals. So, I'm going to say, yeah, Tokyo Godfathers is the only one anime that I've seen of his. I haven't even seen the 94 JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, just only because I'm more privy to the visuals of the newer anime adaptation. Let's see. Nshoma says Twilight Zone had powerful episodes and fantastic performances. More winners than clunkers episode-wise.
Yeah. It kind of got a little ridiculous sometimes, and less great towards the end of the run. But yeah, especially in the first and second season, there were some really great. A lot of some episodes of the Twilight Zone, kind of like M. Night Shyamalan movies, kind of lose. Or they're not. It's sort of the deal where it's hard to rewatch something when you know the twist. Like something as great, and I really do like Eye of the Beholder, but that's one where I'm like, oh, this was amazing the first time I saw it, but sometimes when I go back to it, it's kind of just waiting for the reveal of seeing the really ugly doctors. That being said, that one's still great, but I think the clunkers that Anjoma is talking about, those are some of the cases where, like, it's when you try to go back and watch it, it's sort of you just sort of know how it's going to end, and it takes the oomph away that it originally would have.
Let's see. Next question is: Andres, have you ever heard of Kihachi Okamoto's political thriller Japan's Longest Day? It's the main inspiration for Shin Godzilla, and it's an excellent film worth checking out. No, I have not heard of Japan's Longest Day, but I will. Maybe I'll check it out if I have the time, whenever that is. I'm assuming you've never heard of Japan's Longest Day, Brayton?
I've heard of it only after Shin Godzilla came out, though, because that's what I've heard, that it was the main inspiration for that. And believe it or not, that hasn't made me want to watch it for some odd reason. I don't know.
That's just shocking to me.
I know. I love Shin Godzilla so much, you'd think I'd just leap on the chance to watch it. But if it's actually good, maybe I'll watch it someday in the future, sometime.
Never. Question 8. Favorite Kenji Mizoguchi film? I don't know who Kenji Mizoguchi is, so I looked him up, and apparently he's got a filmography that dates all the way back to 1923. So that's cool. From 1923 to 1956. And I don't think I'm familiar with any of this individual's work here that I am looking at right now.
Yeah, I don't recognize the name.
Yeah. And again, I'm sure Inshoma's going to catch me up on this. Justin Tang says, "Hey guys, what I miss? Just us answering questions from the last episode of Audio Synchronicity, dude. Last question: why is there such a lack of creativity in today's movie posters? Probably at some point, filmmakers or whoever's like behind the marketing realized that people were going to see movies no matter how shitty the posters look. So they decide, let's put as less effort into this as possible. Let's just make like a cookie cutter formula for these posters.
Yeah, and all their effort goes into, all the advertising effort goes into the trailers and like to online social media stuff now. Then it's like kind of like, why bother?
Yeah, because like back then you were more likely to see the poster than, let's say, a trailer, because back then it's not like they had internet or YouTube or smartphones to watch trailers over and over again. So it's like posters were like the best way to see movies now. So
like when you go back and look at old movie trailers, you know, they're very simple, like, you know, text coming on the screen. Hey, here's a narrator telling you. It's very cut and dry and get in and get out. But
and in some cases, the poster featured like visuals that were better than the actual movie.
Oh God, a lot of the time, especially you look at the 50s, you know,
like the
monster movies.
What's it, like the Wasp Woman? Have you seen that poster?
Oh my God, yeah, with the giant wasp with the huge woman head and attacking the man. Oh my God, that's awesome. But then you're directed by Roger Corman. And okay, now you're kind of let on to what you're going to get. But his movies, you know, especially had such great creative posters. I really miss that. I miss great posters that aren't just photoshopped characters from the movie in the foreground and background, and then the text at the bottom. It's yeah, I love some of the old drive-in style era posters that. A lot of work, and they're really colorful. They're kind of like the cover of old comic books, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, here's an image. This is going to represent what you're going to see inside. That's kind of like I miss that about old movie posters. I wish social media hadn't come along to ruin that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because now at this point, it's like once they realize, it's like, wait a minute, we don't need to do much work now. Sweet, they'll watch anything. Yeah,
just send it to Phil in the computer lab. He'll whip something up for us in about 30 minutes.
Put in the algorithm. Have a computer shit out a poster for us. Beep boop.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's
And
how it works.
Shoma says Spider-Man Homecoming is the ultimate example of craptacular modern movie
Oh,
advertisement and posters. Oh, yeah.
yeah, and Sean here clarifies who Kenji Mizugu. Okay, yes, I didn't recognize the name at first, but yes, I've seen Sanshiro the Bailiff and Osaka Elegy, and those are amazing.
What kind of
Yeah,
movies are those?
those are movies that the director we you looked up.
No. I mean, what
We
kind of?
didn't recognize the name.
I mean, like, what kind of movies are those? I mean,
Oh, those are older movies. I don't want to tell you too much about it if you're trying to get into that era of film, but they're really interesting older Japanese films, and they're really great character studies.
hmm. Let's see. I know I mentioned this a couple. I mentioned a couple times already, but I don't mind repeating myself because there are people who are coming into the live stream. But no, we're not answering any live questions. We're starting last episode. We decided to dedicate all our question answering.
Nowadays, starting now.
Yeah, nowadays, starting now,
Yeah.
we are saving all our question answering to anyone who leaves questions in the comment section of the previous episode. However, we are going to save that. Like, if you have questions now, you can save them for the Halloween live stream, which we will do live questions. So you don't exactly have to leave your questions in the comments unless you think that you won't be able to attend the Halloween live stream. In that case, you can wait until the November live stream of Audio Synchronicity where we can answer your questions. Hopefully that's understandable. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it for Sean Barry's questions. Next, let's see.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you very much again. Yeah, we have Manda, who has been a long time listener or viewer of the channel. Thoughts on the idea of changing the format of Audio Synchronicity, of having the Q&A being saved for its own podcast doesn't sound like a bad idea. Granted, I do have to get used to the idea, but I dig it. So here are some questions. Questions 1. How can the sky be the limit when there are footprints on the moon? That's a very interesting question. I think the reason the sky's the limit, it applies to most people because most of us can't get our footprints on the moon. So it's like the sky's the limit for normal people. Maybe.
Speak for yourself. I can go to the moon whenever I want.
Well,
You're not holding me back, Andres. I'll go there right now.
You're the exception, Brayton, then. See, maybe the sky's the limit is meant to be a challenge, where it's like, fuck you, you can't get any higher than that. And that's supposed to motivate us to say, well, fuck you, establishment.
Yeah, I'll reach for those stars if I want to.
Yeah. Yeah! Let's see. Next, what are your thoughts on the robot designs from the 2011 movie Real Steel, aka Rocky with giant Rock'em Sock'em robots?
Which was also a Twilight Zone episode, too, Real Steel.
Oh, yeah. Except it was like the boxer, he was in the robot, I guess, right?
Yeah, it was the design of the robots were far less robot-y. They were far more of their era.
Yeah. Submitted for your approval, Hugh Jackman pilots a giant robot boxer. Such buffoonery can only exist in the Twilight Zone.
I never saw the Hugh Jackman movie. Did you see that? I imagine you, being the robot buff that you are, saw the movie.
Yes, I actually did that. And right now, Crooked just said, I can get as high as I want, Andres!
And that explains Bell and the Crooked Man. He can get as high as he wants.
So I have seen Real Steel, and there are parts of it that are a bit overly sentimental and sappy, but I think I love it for its cheesiness. The robot designs are definitely far more interesting than anything from the Michael Bay movies, where it's just a mess of metal and junk and sharp edges and points everywhere. Like with the Real Steel robot designs, I can actually tell what these robots look like and what sort of theme they're going for with these guys. And I like the main robot, who was like basic enough to come off as an underdog type of robot. And yeah, the plot itself was pretty predictable, but I thought it was a decent movie that's worth a look if you're a fan of robots. It's nothing groundbreaking, which is probably why people have already forgotten about it. But it's worth a watch, I'd say.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Were the fights in that movie any more entertaining than the fights we watched, Andres, in the Megabots battle?
Let's see.
Was there a giant bald eagle on one of their shoulders? Is what I'm saying.
No, but the universe is crazy enough that something like that is not possible, not impossible.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, I'd say it's on par with Megabot, the Megabot battle. Let's see. Next, what are your thoughts on? Yeah.
Now, are we gonna get a copyright claim for mentioning it, though, Andres?
Ooh. You know what? Probably not, because the Megabot guys are not doing so well financially speaking currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
John says, I see real steel everywhere in my kitchen, at work, at my local junkyard.
It's real, I tell you. It's real.
Yes, this is real, legitimate steel, I promise. Yes, here's the certificate of authenticity.
Real 100% vintage steel. You'll never see anything quite
You're
like it.
You're not going to find this any competitor, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's pure grade A premium steel right there. Well, let's see. Next question. Next question is, what do I think of the designs, the mech designs from Visions of Escaflowne, or Visions of Escaflowne, however you pronounce this. Escaflowne is one of those examples, I guess rare examples, of a fantasy mecha anime. And looking at the... I've only seen one episode of Escaflowne because it was recommended to me by a friend of Bill's. I like what I saw so far from that one episode, and if I ever have time, I would like to see more of it. And the mech designs, they do come off as very regal looking, and they definitely have a very fantasy visual flair to them. I'll send an image to you, Brayton. There you go. And yeah, I think they're interesting. They look rather unique, at least from what compared to everything that I've personally seen. Maybe they're not unique in the grand scheme of things, but from my experiences, yeah, they look pretty interesting. And you can definitely tell that they're part of a fantasy genre, and they have capes, and capes are cool. Although I'm pretty sure Edna Mode would say something otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is an underrated Power Rangers TV show? Underrated. Huh. A Power Rangers show that is often overlooked. Maybe Lost Galaxy? I don't know. I think maybe people like Lost Galaxy a lot.
How do you lose an entire galaxy, Andres? Explain that.
It's you see, what happens is, certain circumstances lead to things that happen, which leads to a domino effect where other things happen, and then, one thing or another, you lose a galaxy.
Oh, okay. See, sometimes I set my wallet down sometimes at the store, but losing a galaxy, I mean, you have to be pretty clueless to lose one of those. But now that you explain it, it makes sense.
Yes. Let's see. I can't really think of an underrated Power Rangers show. I guess maybe Lightspeed Rescue. That's one people don't talk about as much, and I remember enjoying Lightspeed Rescue. It has the best train Megazord ever. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go with Lightspeed Rescue.
Sounds pretty awesome. Train Megazord. How does that work? Is it like a big... What does it transform? Like a big snake? Is that what it transforms into?
I'll look for it right now. I think it was called like the... what was it called? Like Light Speed Train Megazord. Oh, the Super Train Megazord, of course.
Of course.
So basically, it's made out of 5 cars, and every car turns into like a body part. And in my opinion, this is the best train Megazord, even after we've had a Megazord Power Ranger series themed after trains.
Okay.
Yeah, the Megas, what was it, Tokyuger, that Megazord is just pure garbage. At least here, it's like it feels like they actually put some thought and effort into this design. Let's see. Let's see if I can get a good picture here. Sorry for the little bit of silence there, folks.
Sean says my favorite Megazord is the finger-pointing Gorizard. I like that one too.
Yes, I like the Gorizord.
The Gorizard. Yes.
Let's see. It's a little, the low quality is here is a little low, but it's the biggest picture I can get of the super trained Megazord. There you go, Brayton.
Ah, okay. That's pretty neat.
Very big, beefy dude. So you got stripes to indicate which ranger is on there, but it still has a overall consistent color scheme.
Yeah, he looks buff. He looks like he's been hitting gym. I mean, look at those arms.
And also, he's actually 3 times taller than the regular Megazord, because the regular Megazord is meant to fit inside of him.
Oh my god.
And meanwhile, you take a look at the train Megazord, the Megazord from the train Sentai. What I'm showing you is not a train Sentai. It's like a rescue emergency squad themed Sentai, Power Ranger series. Meanwhile, the series that actually focuses on the train, you get this that I'm about to share with you. Let's see, copy and paste. And this is just the basic Megazord. This is before they add all the crazy shit on top of him.
Oh God! Did I draw this? What is that? That looks like if you asked me to draw what the Megazord looks like, I would draw that.
Yeah,
that is horrifying.
See, this is what happens when you lack imagination.
Holy crap! He doesn't even have a body. He just has 2 really big legs and something in the middle.
Yeah. And then this is the ultimate form where all the trains combine to form this towering abomination. Again, this is the toy because I can't find a good one at the moment. There you go. So this is the final train Megazord for the train Sentai, where they combine all their trains together on a giant runway. That is
the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Every time I think I've seen the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, I see the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That is great.
They don't even bother combining the trains. They just literally slap the train on this large boardwalk.
Yeah, it's great.
Launch pad or whatever. Well, of course, yeah, the kids would love it because, they like anything.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, next would be, what is a movie you want to check out because of Red Letter Media that isn't Suburban Sasquatch? Ooh. Maybe Miami Connection? I still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I haven't seen Samurai Cop. I'd like to see Samurai.
I want to see Samurai Cop, yeah.
Yeah. I'm also kind of curious, just out of morbid curiosity, to see that Twilight ripoff they did.
Oh, that one, yeah. The Last Vampire.
Yes.
Apparently they did one with they did another spotlight on a werewolf movie, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that's their new episode. Yeah, there's a character named David.
Yes,
that they keep mentioning in the movie, and I can't stop but laugh. I can't help but laugh every time they say that word.
Yeah.
I know a David too.
Next, do you think Kong should have a bigger rogues gallery in the same vein as Godzilla? I don't really think so, because...
Doesn't he kind of already have a big... Thanks to the cartoons anyway, doesn't he have a big rogues gallery by this point?
Kind of, but it's just not as popular as Godzilla's. But I don't think it needs to be, because the focus has always been on Kong himself.
Yeah.
I feel like Kong is a more complex character that he doesn't need to have as many cool villains, whereas Godzilla, he's a much more simpler character, and so he works better with other, bounce off of other monsters, figuratively and literally.
That's right.
Next question. With Rampage being a pleasant surprise as far as giant monster movies go, do you think that a Primal Rage movie could work? Absolutely, Sean.
That'd be neat.
I want nothing more than a Mortal Kombat with dinosaurs movie. Let's see. Rafin Shoma's back again with the exposition, saying that nothing too important.
Rafin Shoma back again with the exposition.
Nothing too important to mention out loud, but Tokyo-Jur is based on Japan's heavy train culture. Indeed, because Japan relies a lot on trains to get everywhere, whereas unlike Americans, where we require either a shit ton of gas or airplanes to travel around. And the reliance upon it, which may seem foreign to us Americans, but common among Japanese kids. Yeah, so yeah, kids love trains. Japanese kids love trains. Americans, I don't know. I mean, as a kid, I loved Thomas the Tank Engine, but I'm not sure, after I grew up beyond past like 5 years old, trains weren't really like so much of a thing anymore as it was like dinosaurs at that point.
Yeah. Now Japanese kids probably don't like the creepy faces on their trains, do they?
You know what? Actually, maybe, because Thomas seems to be a bit popular as well here.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. What do you think is a better title for Ant-Man 2? Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, what do you think is a better title for Ant-Man 2? Ant-Man and the Wasp or Ant-Man 2 Electric Boogaloo?
Oh my god! That's great.
Yeah.
I like
it. Question, what are your thoughts on the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I've never seen it.
It's really good. It's probably one of my favorite George Clooney performances and movies, and definitely the best adaptation of the Odyssey. It's really fun.
Next,
and John Goodman's in it. It's fun too. John Goodman's fun in anything, though.
Yeah, especially 10 Cloverfield Lane. He was absolutely a ball of fun there.
Ball of joy in that one, wasn't he?
Yeah. Let's see. Ever consider making a do's and don'ts while in Japan type of video or podcast? I was kind of thinking about it, but I never got around to doing it, Sean, just because I'm lazy.
What was that title? It was going to be American Mexican living in Japan. Was that?
Yeah,
was
that was a section for the SOS podcast. But I eventually ran out of things to talk about. Let's see. For Brayton Connor, do you find it weird that movie critics praise Mad Max Fury Road for being a dumb, fun action movie, but trashed Kong Skull Island for being a dumb, fun action movie?
I don't know. I'm in the camp that doesn't love Mad Max Fury Road as much as the rest of the world. It doesn't appeal to me that much. But it's so weird and relative and like up to different people's perspective that you hear fun dumb action movie like thrown around so much, and people's taste when it comes to that varies so much that it's criticism in general is weird, Sean. It's a strange thing.
I would say maybe because like Mad Max Fury Road is about people as opposed to monsters.
Yeah,
and people generally find monsters less relatable than people. For some odd reason.
Naturally, yeah. I know, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
I relate to Kong in every way, but actually, no, I don't. I was trying to think of something funny that I could say where we relate, but we really don't relate that much. I don't lust after blonde women.
You don't?
And I don't. No, and I don't fight giants on an island, and I feel really inferior to King Kong right now. I've never felt that way in my life. I feel more like the octopus in that movie. I think I relate to him. He and I are very similar. Or the squid, whatever.
You just get stepped on all over in life.
Yeah, man. I need to lay down.
Crooked says, critics are unloving creatures who only love what everyone else hates and hates what everyone else loves. Such evil creatures. Let's see. So now we go on to our last participant, Cody Bratch, another loyal follower of the channel. Question, do you think audio synchronicity has gotten better since you put Gigan in there?
I think it's obvious. I think there's been obvious improvement.
Yeah,
We
obviously.
feel better, we feel stronger, we feel faster. We're both living a new active lifestyle, enjoying our Gigan being in there.
Right.
Um,
My life has never been more positive since putting Gigan in there. It's like an infomercial. Has
we have
never
a good life.
Before Gigan, I couldn't even bother to get up in the morning, but since putting Gigan in there, I feel like a whole new man.
Call this number at the bottom of your screen now to order the Gigan putting in their kits.
Sean Berry says, "Do you lust over blonde men, Brayton?" Smug face.
You know what? Maybe sometimes I'm blonde. I lust over me, but
I
that's
was
kind of
gonna
weird.
say, do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, good looking"?
Fine. Yeah. Then I go to try to talk to myself, but I immediately reject myself, and then I feel bad.
You're like, "Ew," and then you walk
Ew,
away.
gross.
And like your mirror response back, it's like,
Thus is
bite
the
me,
daily life
asshole.
of Brayton Connor.
Uh, let's see. Crooked. Hi, Billy Mays here. Do you feel empty inside? Why not put Gigan in there? But wait, that's not all. Order now, you'll get a double dose of Gigan in there.
And they'll throw in a Megalon just for extra credit there.
We'll put a Megalod for free. Let's see. Next question. Let's see. Oh, and Shoma spanning. Wikizilla.org has a massive list of almost every King Kong monster that I helped create and write. Weren't you special? And despite
Yeah.
some cool monsters, cool characters, most of Kong's monsters are virtually normal prehistoric animals, as they should, since Kong himself is just a big ape.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. Sea Slug says I'm moving. Good luck there.
Don't move too far because you might strain yourself.
Yeah.
Pull something.
Yeah, I better watch out there. Let's see. What did I think of Gigan in Project Mechagodzilla? I've never even read Project Mechagodzilla.
But I'm sure if he's in it, it's great.
Probably, because everything the anime touches is great.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Shoma Megalon. Oh boy, I love being free. I don't know why I went Mickey Mouse for Megalon. Oh boy,
Yeah.
I love being free. Or if you want to go by his actual dialogue in the manga, Monster King Godzilla, gee ga 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 gee ga 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 gee.
I can't remember if I was having I don't remember if I was having a conversation with you or in Shoma on Skype one like maybe this past month.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Megalon, the movie, and I thought I imagined it, but apparently it actually happens in the movie. Megalon spanks himself. that happens?
I don't remember that.
Because
like
we
a
were
little
talking
boy, he's
about it.
taunting someone.
Yeah, well, it's during the scene where they have Jaguar and Godzilla in like the sort of ring of fire thing, and they're sort of laughing about it.
Yeah.
I thought I had just like I don't know imagined him spanking himself, like being taunting about it, but no, that actually happens in the movie. It's really scary and weird.
That sounds very anime-like. Because
Yeah.
I've seen that in anime.
Can we get a GIF of just Megalon spanking himself? I need that in my life.
Let's see. Question: are there any Power Ranger team-ups you personally wish you could have seen? For example, Ranger teams, specific Ranger teams, individual Rangers from different teams, specific villains, or maybe a crossover with another franchise. I would have loved it, Cody, if they had a crossover between the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Dino Thunder Rangers, and the Dino Charge Rangers. Essentially, all three Dinosaur Ranger teams teaming up, because they did that in Japan, but they failed to do so in America. What the hell?
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else? I also would like to see them make like an original Zord by taking pieces of other Zords and combining them together. Like, imagine if they kind of did that, like with the 15th anniversary special, Once a Ranger. they had a team comprised of 5 rangers from 5 different teams, led by Adam, the second Black Mighty Morphin Ranger, or the Asian Black Ranger. So I thought it would be interesting if they attempted to make a brand new original Zord using all of their Zords modified to fit with each other. But yeah, obviously that would take too much time and money on Saban's part, or Disney's part, or whoever's part now, Hasbro's part, to make an original Megazord costume design and all that footage. The comics, surprisingly, are able to make some interesting original Megazords with the Lord Dracon's original Zord. But yeah, it would be interesting to see that. But yeah, I'm mostly all about the Dino team-ups. It would be interesting if they attempt to do a crossover episode for Ninja Steel with all 3 Ninja Sentais. They never did that in Japan, I don't think so. But it would be cool if they got the Alien Rangers, the Ninja Storm Rangers, and the Ninja Steel Rangers and do something together. Because there's hardly any love for the Alien Rangers, which were adapted from.
And they need all the love they can get from the sound of it.
Yeah. The Rangers of Planet Aquitar need some love. Other than whatever love Billy is giving to one of them.
Ugh.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to go further into that. Next question. Do you think the Power Rangers brand will thrive or die under Hasbro? I'm pretty sure it'll thrive, given how massively successful Transformers have been so far, even with the movies. In fact, you could say the movies helped the Hasbro brand grow even more so. Which Power Ranger was or is your favorite? Definitely Mighty Morphin to this day. But I do think maybe Time Force might be the best one, or Dino Thunder, one of those two. Next question. Is there some sort of unused theme you think would be interesting to base a future season of Power Rangers around? How in Space is about space travel, Ninja Storm being ninja themed. Let's see, a good theme for a future Sentai Power Ranger series. Let's see. What if they use dinosaurs? No, not dinosaurs. Let's see.
I have a good theme.
Okay.
Is friendship and the environment. Saving the environment through friendship. It's a Captain Planet kind of
yeah. He's Earth, Water, Wind, Fire, Heart.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think it would be interesting if they did something like the old Sentai series. What was it? Battle Fever J, where each ranger was from another country. So you had like Miss America, Miss America, Mr. Japan, Mr. Russia. Let's see. You have Isaac says Power Rangers Assassin's Creed. Oh, Power Ranger Assassins. That'd be pretty edgy. Crooked Lord says Power Ranger Pimp Force.
Oh my god.
You got the Purple Ranger being like played by the guy from Godzilla Final Wars. Oh, blow your ass all the way to New Jersey. Let's see. Crooked also says Power Ranger Deli Squad, so I'm guessing each Power Ranger is based off a certain meat of some kind.
Oh, I was thinking he was talking about them operating their own little deli-like stand.
Yeah.
Kind of like you go to the stand, the food store and they're trying to offer you they're trying to offer you little cups of food.
And like all the stands combine to form their own Power Ranger Megazord.
Yes.
Let's see. A political themed Power Ranger show written by Shinzo Abe.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Cowboy Rangers wouldn't be so bad. Like, they had Cowboy Rangers of the past in Mighty Morphin, and there was a Cowboy Ninja Ranger in Ninja Steel.
Does that even work? How can you be a cowboy and a ninja?
You see, he's a cowboy who becomes a Ninja Ranger, I guess. But in America, okay. in the Sentai, the cowboy, the reason why he's a cowboy is because he's American, and his morpher is a burger.
That's genius. And Shoma, did you write that?
I'm gonna see if I can find that morpher.
That's terrific.
Let's see, cowboy. Sentai Ranger. Yes, found it. It's not a great picture, but here's the cowboy ninja holding his burger morpher.
See, now I would immediately be signed up for a show called Cowboy Ninja Burger. I would watch that in a heartbeat because that's just
Fast Food Rangers.
right.
So there you go. There's the image right there.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want to put that. I want to frame that. That's a work of art.
Like, yes, I am American.
Frame it, put it above my fireplace. Yes.
Let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cowboys. Because I don't think... Oh, you know what? Oh, I got a better one. Rock stars.
Oh, there you go.
Like rock music. Have like, Power Rangers based on rock music.
Yeah.
Because you look at stuff like Kiss and maybe Twisted Sister, they already kind of look Power Ranger-esque.
Yeah, I'd watch a glam rock sort of Power Ranger show. I'd watch that in a heartbeat.
Let's see. And the last question. So... Have you seen the Meg yet? No.
Ooh.
How dare you, Cody? And there goes that is the end of our list of questions. I'm not sure if I missed any or not. But overall I think we got ourselves a good batch here. Quite a lot from the few individuals who left questions. Thank you very much, everybody. And looks like we're nearing the 2-hour mark, so now would be a pretty good time to end things here. So... what would you like to advertise, Brain, before we head off?
Well, again, as I mentioned at the start, Waffle Man will be coming hopefully tomorrow, and that's going up on Raph's channel. I don't know if he's going to post it right away, but if he does, that'll be up there tomorrow night. Mm-hmm. Anything else I want to advertise at the moment? I make a cameo in the 98 Godzilla review that'll be coming soon, so watch out for that. That's wonderful.
Yes.
I'm not happy about Crooked Lore and I are gonna have a fight.
Have some words.
We're gonna have some very strong words. He and his little cat girl will pay for what they've done to me, but stay tuned. You'll see. It's very hurtful.
Absolutely.
What else? I was on Andres' channel a while back. Raph and I did a Jurassic World 2 review. So also listen to that if you haven't, because that was a blast to record. Not a blast to watch the movie, but it was a blast to record and talk about and bitch and moan about. That was fun.
Absolutely.
And that's all I got.
Awesome. Excellent. So let's see. For me here, let's see. We got one more last message from Inshoma here, who's going to update us. Let's see here. Ninja has done several crossover episodes with both ninja-themed Rangers and lesser-known heroes, like the titular hero of Sekai Ninja Sen Jiraiya. I actually heard that they were bringing Jiraiya into the American Power Rangers, but they're going to make him into a space cop like Jiraiya's previous Metal Hero people, like Space Sheriff Gavan. So it's like...
Oh my god.
It's like... They decided to take a break from space cops and make a space samurai, and then by the time they take the space samurai ninja guy, they put him in Power Rangers and they turn him back into a space cop.
Now that's just confusing. They turned him back into Rich Evans, then, is what you're saying. Back
yes.
Space cop.
Hey, space cop! You want to be a ninja in Power Rangers?
What?
So let's see where to advertise first. Okay, so you can, as always, you can also check out my recent videos that I made with Braden and Raph, with specifically the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom review. I've also reviewed both the Happy Time Murders and Who Framed Roger Rabbit with Matthew Denian. In the future, we have all of our reviews for the re-uploads of the Heisei Godzilla movies and Godzilla 98 ready and raring to go, just waiting on a few last-minute additions, where we can finally wrap up the saga that began with Rebirth of Mothra 2 with our good buddy Crooked Lore. You can check out the Society 6 page. Gonna send a picture right here. Here on Society 6, you can check out my merchandise. We have our Battle of the Mechs artwork that it's a part of a collaboration that I made with Christopher Martinez, Math Danian, and Alan O.W. Barnes, as you can get as t-shirts, as poster, as a clock, as a bath towel, anything you can want for this awesome artwork you can find on Society 6. And I've actually uploaded a brand new artwork. I've actually had shirts with Draco Azul's face on it. I failed to get a screen cap of this beforehand, but yes, you can check out Society 6. Most of the money will go towards, especially any money going towards Battle of the Mechs, all that money will go towards helping out our friend Chris, who is currently going through recovering from cancer. Next, you can also, like I mentioned, you can follow the Facebook page for Draco Azul. We are almost finished with the comic, coloring wise. We pretty much need 2 more pages left to color, at that which point all we need to do is letter it and make a cover for it. And so we're getting very close to the finish line on the Draco Azul comic right now. And let's see, speaking of comics, you can also be sure to check out a comic that I worked on called Nagoraiar, Kingdom of the Monsters, written and drawn by Garayan, and I played a huge part in editing the writing. Please check it out on kproductions.com or kproductions.th.co. It's about $15 plus $20 shipping and handling, considering this is from Thailand. It's great. The quality of the comic is really good, physically wise. And so, yeah, please check it out. Please support another indie kaiju comic individual, and let us know what we can do to improve things from here on out. And let's see, another thing that I've worked on was Raptor, Tales of Heroes and Monsters, a kaiju versus cancer novella. This is another project that I worked on as an editor. It's essentially a follow-up to Matt Danian's previous novella of the crime fighter and the kaiju, which is essentially kind of like, imagine Batman versus Godzilla, but unofficial. This is essentially following the further adventures of this sort of Batman, Gatchaman-esque superhero, teaming up with heroic giants and superheroes, facing off against stuff such as monsters, robots, and zombies, and the like.
Nice.
Yes, and the last thing that I have worked on recently is an upcoming novel from our dear friend Crooked Lore. I haven't talked about it as much, but only because we were currently in the middle of making things. But it was actually the first assignment I was ever hired for as a freelance artist, which was God's Wrath, Tournament of the Divine. Let's see, getting it. Here we go. I'm gonna share the cover with everyone here. Oh, just got a full screen. What is it? Fit to screen. There we go. God's Wrath, Tournament of the Divine. It is a novel written by Crooked Lore. It's essentially kind of like, imagine it's G Gundam, but with gods of every mythology under the sun. So imagine like every god, every demigod, from multiple religions and cultures and mythologies, all duking it out in a giant tournament of such. And that's essentially the world this takes place in, and we follow the adventures of Sun Wukong and her human caretaker Virgil. So yeah, I've spent like pretty much like the last year working with Crooked Lore, editing this project together, and it's very close to being released. And I really hope you guys will support this project as well. This will be officially my third book that I've worked on as a freelance editor. And yeah, I'm very proud of working on this, being a part of this, and I can't wait to see what people's thoughts are once this book is out. And yeah, so yeah, Manda, G Gundam with gods. That's essentially the plot for God's Wrath, Tournament of the Divine. And that's God spelled Gods, apostrophe at the end, after the S. And let's see. Primal Graphenosaurus Rex says, is Jesus Christ in the comic Crooked Lore Productions? Okay, Crooked Lore already answered, sort of. And it's not a comic,
Sure.
it is a novel made in the
Thank
same...
you very much.
Yeah, it's a novel, not a comic. But it does feature art from our good friend Denny Roth, a.k.a. the Roth Squatch.
AKA Dinosaur Lover 564 on kaijumingle.com. No.
Yes, so, yeah, Nagoraiar, Raptor, God's Wrath, Society 6, Dracozool. Check all that shit out. I'm working on a lot of stuff outside of YouTube, and I hope you all enjoy it.
Yes.
And of course, the more support you can give to these independent artists and creators, the more they will be able to prosper and create more amazing content for you all. So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on the latest edition of Audio Synchronicity. If you have any questions and you don't think you can make it for the Halloween, like the 4 or 5 hour live stream special we got for Halloween,
telethon that we're going to be having.
The telethon, yes. If you don't think you're going to make it, you can leave your questions here for episode 14 of Audio Synchronicity, which will be in November. So until then, we'll see you guys live next time on Halloween. Please join us next time. DeMichael Jackson Helm says, "Hi guys, sorry for not making it to the podcast. I had homecoming today. Maybe that's better than hanging out with us." But DeMichael Jackson, probably, yeah. Hope you had a great time. So thank you very much, everybody. I have been Andres Perez, aka Kaiju Noir.
And I'm Brayton Connor.
And until next time, everybody, take care, and thank you very, very much for all your love and support.